Today, we've got a story that might just make you question the secrets lurking beneath the surface of things. This is a story about the incredible horror show of what happened to that Ukrainian prosecutor, Viktor Shokin, that Joe Biden, as vice president, got fired because he was investigating Burisma Holdings and his son Hunter. This story was never really picked up by the misinformation fake news media, and so we're going to talk about it today. And if you stick with me through this video, we are going to hear an audio recording of a phone call between Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko and Joe Biden, where Poroshenko tells Biden that even though they did a thorough investigation on the prosecutor and they found no corruption with the man whatsoever, he fired him. This was because Biden leveraged $1 billion in loan guarantees that Ukraine desperately needed. You're going to want to hear that. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back. So in the not so distant past, in 2019, Ukrainian prosecutor Viktor Shokin tried to make his way to the land of the free and home of the brave, bringing with him some supposed explosive evidence involving none other than Hunter Biden and his cash laundering escapades with Burisma and his father. But hold the phone. The deep State Department had other ideas. They practically rolled out the red carpet, but in the opposite direction. Folks, this was in 2019, and Donald Trump was president. People in the State Department worked for him. Shokin apparently wanted to bring empirical evidence of crimes, and Trump's State Department stopped him from being allowed to enter the country. Who were they working for? The president? The people? Oh, but it gets better. Shokin didn't just hit a roadblock. He hit a dead end so hard that it gave him whiplash. The man was poisoned. Yeah, you heard that right. He was poisoned with mercury on a trip to Greece in 2019. Someone clearly wasn't too fond of Shokin's potential chit-chat with American authorities. In February 2020, Shokin accused Joe Biden of being involved in the poisoning. Now, does that sound plausible? The poisoning took place as Joe Biden was entering the 2020 presidential race. It sounds like a classic Biden shut up or else maneuver. And guess what? It worked like a charm because suddenly Shokin became as quiet as a mouse. No, even quieter. A dead mouse? Yeah, he became quiet as a dead mouse. But there's more. The icing on this conspiratorial cake is none other than Joe Biden himself. Now, curiously, Biden has shoveled billions of dollars into the lost cause of the Ukrainian-Russian war. At the beginning of the war, before the Democrats thoroughly politicized it, everyone asked, why would he do that? Does Zelensky have something on Joe Biden? I mean, he must really believe in the power of charity, right? Or is there a little more to the story? So the plot thickens. Now let's fast forward to a maze of revelations. On Friday afternoon, Maze Moore released a video of Viktor Shokin speaking to a reporter in 2020. And that in January 2019, he tried to come to America, but he was blocked by the deep state operatives in the State Department. And it's not like he wasn't here before. Shokin had successfully come to the United States in the past, as he has children and grandchildren living in the country. What suddenly changed? I think you and I both know the answer to that. Here's just 16 seconds of Shokin speaking.
I believe that Joe Biden doesn't want me to come to the US. I'm sure he's aware that if I'm invited to the Senate, then I'll testify to the substance of what I've told you. I have many friends in America. With their help, I discovered that I've apparently been blacklisted from the State Department.
And we've got some really spicy allegations, friends. Shokin is pointing the finger directly at Joe Biden, connecting the dots between his suspicious poisoning and the man entering the presidential race. I mean, think of the timing. You know, you have to say, like, I've seen a lot of plot twists in movies and read them in books, but this is jaw-dropping. I've said in the past that I believe Joe Biden got involved in the Ukrainian war to cover up all the illegal activity that the Biden crime family and a lot of other Democrats, quite frankly, got into as they used Ukraine as a personal ATM for years. Now, it doesn't end there. Shokin apparently has put word out to President Zelensky, you know, just a casual appeal for protection, a little something to ensure he doesn't suddenly find himself in an early retirement party, courtesy of some not so friendly people. His lawyer said, quote, Shokin prepared an appeal to the president with a request to ensure the protection of the rights and interests as a citizen of Ukraine in this criminal proceeding and bring those responsible to justice for the systematic failure to execute court decisions in criminal proceedings according to his statements. He also added that there is every reason to provide Shokin with protection in connection with the information published by him about Biden's pressure. Shokin's life could be in danger, the lawyer continued. The Ukrainian state should initiate protection through law enforcement agencies. We believe that today there are enough grounds for this. Now, as reported on February 27th, the State Bureau of Investigation registered a criminal proceeding about pressure put on Shokin by former U.S. Vice President Joseph Biden. The reason for the pressure was the investigation by the PGO of serious crimes in the field of international corruption related to the activities of ex-Minister of Ecology of Ukraine and the leaders of the Burisma company. The case was opened under Part 2 of Article 343. Now, you got to give it to him, folks. This guy's got balls to continue to go after the truth, even after he was poisoned to keep his mouth shut. Apparently, Shokin officially addressed Greek law enforcement authorities on this as well and asked them to investigate. I mean, he was poisoned. He contacted them about opening criminal proceedings in connection with a premeditated attempt to murder him. Now, Joe Biden bragged about leveraging $1 billion in loan guarantees to Ukraine by strong-arming then Ukraine President Petro Poroshenko to fire Shokin. Now, Biden said that Shokin was corrupt and that he had to go. But then there is this audio recording of Poroshenko on the phone with Biden telling him that he fired Shokin, even though he did an investigation and they found there was no corruption at all with Shokin. Give this a listen. Watch this.
Assuming that there is a new government and a new Prosecutor General, I am prepared to do a public signing of the commitment for the $1 billion.
Now listen, this is Poroshenko.
Despite of the fact that we didn't have any corruption charges, we don't have any information about he doing something wrong, I especially asked him, no, it was the day before yesterday, I especially asked him to resign.
There you go. Now watch. There's more.
Congratulations on installing the new Prosecutor General. It's going to be critical for him to work quickly to repair the damage Shokin did.
What damage?
I'm a man of my word. And that now that the new Prosecutor General's in place, we're ready to move forward in signing that new $1 billion loan guarantee.
Now, I remember when the Democrats fraudulently impeached Donald Trump for doing the very same thing, but to Zelensky, even though the transcript of the phone call does not show Trump threatened to withhold any money from Zelensky unless he got what he wanted from him. And even Zelensky himself came out and said he did not feel threatened or pressured at all by what Donald Trump said. Now, I seem to remember that during that impeachment, the Democrats kept saying that it is a felony to leverage money that was already appropriated by Congress to a foreign country. And yet we had Joe Biden bragging about it on stage at the Council on Foreign Relations. We all saw that by now. And we have here an audio tape where Joe admits that he's now going to give the $1 billion to Poroshenko because he fired the prosecutor who was looking into his son, Hunter Biden. Now, God bless Viktor Shokin and Godspeed on his trying to get the truth out, because I honestly do believe that we have gotten involved in a war in Ukraine against the Russians just so that Joe Biden and other Democrats can cover up their criminal shenanigans there. I mean, all roads lead to Ukraine. I think Shokin should hire a food taster, and I hope Zelensky or someone gives the man proper protection because he's got a lot to say. And this is a man who was wronged, and he's like a dog with a bone, and he ain't giving up. So good luck to him. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.
guess your mama forgot. I know it hurt.